Welcome to CeeLo's Musical Chronicles. This is another episode, so lay back and enjoy. Peace and blessings, my boyka. Bienvenido, warhab, and ahlan, wa sahlan. Assalamu alaikum, shalom alaikum. Anyway, I'm here. You know, my balcony is beautiful, beautiful day. And I got these little things, Bongoes. These are the Bongoes. See, it's the LP performance series. You know what I'm saying? I need to get I got equipment down maybe Orlando, Florida, but I want to get some equipment up here, you know what I'm saying, start playing around. And I'm practicing, you know, I need to practice. You know, it's been a while. Actually, this is one of the main instruments that I was known for in Orlando, Florida to play with a couple of groups. And then, of course, congas. Always loved the bongos, even as a child. You know what I'm saying? Just get up and bang. So, and I took some very nice lessons from Giovanni Hidalgo on this years ago. Let me just bring this down like this. Okay? And so, I'm just going to practice a little bit. I ain't gonna stay here too long. I'm in little shorts over here. All right, so get familiar. I haven't played bongos in a while, so you gotta excuse me. But I still remember some of my techniques. You know, it's like when you ride a bike. You know what I'm saying? You never really quite forget. So one of the typical marcha would be called. Excuse me, I'm being a little distracted over here with my son over here. Smoke. Hey, let me just warm. So, this is like a mini congas, 2 congas. The only thing is, it's got another sound which is like the seco. And you, right? So As soon as I get warmed up, man, I like to just, you know, play around a little bit like that. I like to create different rhythms, you know what I'm saying? I like to think of funk. So there's two different marcha that I've learned that Giovanni Hidalgo, shout out to my brother who made me aware of. Then you got the Roberto Ruena and the difference between him and Dandy. The Roberto Ruena would be no, not that. That I'm sorry. That. Now the Dandy is Roberto Ruena. Right? So it's the accent. One is on the right? On the up, and the other one is so I try to vary myself in between the two, okay? So these sounds good, man. I really shy. I can raise this one up a little bit more and get it a little more second. I put some coconut oil on it, and I need to break them in. I need to break. And you can play like the slap also. I'm used to slapping with two fingers, you know. Okay, that's all I wanted to leave on there. And listen, tonight I'm going to do a presentation. I'm going to do a presentation tonight, if everything comes out good with Sonetta. And I'm going to be speaking. Hey, let me play you a little something. But anyway, after I finish saying what I have to say, I'm going to be speaking about the different tribes that came over. We're going to explore the whole narrative of the tribes, the Mali Empire that came 200 years before Christopher Columbus set foot on this world, you know what I'm saying, so-called discovered the world. So 200 years before that, Abu Bakari with 2,000 ships, the Mali Empire was getting trade goods from the Western Hemisphere. And we're going to look at these tribes and how these tribes went into Brazil. I'm not talking about 200, and I'm talking about 200 just in that time period. The 1310 in the 1300s, and how this migration genetically was, excuse me, we're going to look at it genetically. So we're going to bring in genetic data. We're going to match it up. We're also going to bring in historical data. We're going to examine all of that, you know what I'm saying? And whether determine whether this is pseudo or is it real. And we're also going to define the word pseudo, which is a very derogatory term. You know what I'm saying? There's conflict amongst us as a people is because we do not stand to reason our different characters and personality, which is spirits. And it runs through a genetic pool. So if you're talking about a genetic pool coming from the Mali Empire and these learned men and political scientists and you know, these navigators and coming here and settling in the population of Native Americans with the Hugh Shang dynasty and Nubans, creating a different type of admixture that was all through North America, right? And then you got the Mali Empire. And we're going to look the similarity between the tribes in Mali, the Mande. We're going to look at the scripts. That's important. We got to look at the scripts, okay? And that was left behind, you know. And this script, the Mande script, is a combination of many scripts. You got the Sabaean script in there. You have what they call Aramaic script, Sabaean and Aramaic and Arabic script, you know, which is Syriac scripts. So all of this, you know what I'm saying, made up this empire. And all the people, you know, the call went out. You know, Abu Bakr made out the call and said, I need the best learned men. I need the best navigators, you know, to do this. Because they tried it once the first time and only one ship came back. But then a lot of more ships, 600 more and on, almost like 2,000 ships. According to that narrative, we're going to explore that. And we're going to see how I'm a musician, so I follow musically, tribal music. We're going to see how it relates. You look at the Hopi and the Dogons, you see the similarity between their dances, the masks they wear, and their drumming. You see this also in the Caribbeans, man, in the Caribbean. So we had a thing called right? And you had a so that was one of the tribes, Bambara tribe. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna look at the tonality, and the music, and the rhythms. Then we're also gonna look at the genetic data. You know, it's gonna match it up with the transatlantic slave, and to see if that adds up. Because, you know, we got important questions we have to ask, right? Is who does it benefit? If I take two child and one of the child, I put into them that your ancestors were slaves. You know what I'm saying? You were slaves. You were shackled. And boy, if I paint this picture to them, right? As opposed to painting a picture to another child and said, your ancestors were great. They're here. They're the one that set up this political system. They're the one that set up, you know, the original political system here, government. They're the one that set up a lot of the language. They're the one that set up institutions out here. You know what I'm saying? Just like they did in Mali with the Timbuktu. You know, and echo that, the institution. If I put this into a child, it's going to motivate them. You know, so you got to see who does it benefit to give these certain narratives. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna speak on that. I'm gonna do it probably tonight at Sonetta Studio. What I'll probably do is I'll probably share it and put it on the link, you know, so everybody can see it and see, you know, what happened. And the whole thing is I'm just doing research, and I want to know if you see something if you hear something or see something that present that is not right, by all means, pull my code. We just check each other. Pull my code, okay? Without being disrespectful, without being derogatory, pull my code and say, hey, listen, I found this information in here. Let's analyze this and let's see. Because I'm always willing to stand corrected. You know? I'm always, you know. This is what the youth do. They get on the internet, they start Googling, and they start going into here, there, and getting all this paper and peer review and all these scientific findings. This is what they do. You know what I'm saying? We have it in our hand, on our fingertips, right? So this is what I'm doing. So I'm thinking like the youth is saying, yo, so let me explore this a little more. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way it is, okay? Let me just play you a little more something. Let me just warm up a little more. You know? gonna leave it there. Peace and blessings to you all. Coming at ya. Let me just. Woo, man. And so just look out for tonight. And I'm just gonna practice a little more here, and I'm gonna leave you here, not to bore anybody while playing. And I just wish you well. Okay. Peace. Blessings.